When I was pretty young, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and she was told, like, we'll do surgery and you won't ever have to worry about this again, which I wish was true, but wasn't. So over the next 6 to 7 years, she truly battled. I think when they pick the word battle, they don't pick it lightly. It's so back and forth and so difficult, and we'd have times where we'd have to prepare for her to go, and the Lord would give us more time miraculously, and so we got much more time with her than we ever expected. But she did pass away. I'll cry. She died on Christmas Eve, a few days after I turned 13, and completely destroyed me and my family, and just losing her, and still does a little bit to this day, I'll be honest. I didn't understand why someone like that would be taken, and I was so confused and just lost without her. But I also was surrounded by kind of a culture and in my bubble of people who don't understand grief and don't understand it well. And who really does, but I was kind of just told, like, she's in a better place, and the Lord's will is perfect, and you know, you'd get Bible verses given to you and Bibles and all this stuff, where it was just kind of suffocating in a way. And I feel like a kid that just lost their mom doesn't want to hear that she's better and she's happier not with you. And so I had a lot of issues with that, and just was heartbroken for a really long time. If you would have asked us, I would have called myself a Christian, but if you were to look at my life over those 4 years in college, you would not see that. But we would party all the time and did all sorts of drugs and drank all the time, and really did anything. Personally, I knew I was doing everything that I could to not address the issue, which was that I was angry with God, and I didn't want to even think about why, because thinking about my mom and some other people I had lost along the way was just too painful. The Lord really took so much of what I found to be a comfort and honestly a distraction from what I was feeling, really just removed it. And I was left with just me and what I thought and what I felt and what I experienced. And in order to finally come to where I'm at and sitting here was excruciating and awful, with lots and lots of good Christian therapy and good friends. But it took the Lord stripping everything from me, which I thought I had lost everything before with my mom, and I had no idea what loss meant until I was at that point. I'm still figuring out what grief means, and how we can use that to glorify the Lord in a way that is honoring to Him, but also is honest, because He had to understand it the way we did, and that's why He came down to earth. So I was able to finally experience what healing meant, and through healing often comes love as well. I feel like love is often feels so undeserved when it's done right, and that's just how I feel like almost every day is how did this happen? And I'm so thankful that He claims me after I claimed Him falsely for such a long time. And if that's not humbling, I don't know what is, you know. In this life, one of the hardest things that people can go through is not feeling understood. But because Jesus came down and He was human and He felt the emotions that we feel, and He had to do that in order for us to have a relationship with Him. and he had to be among us, and he had to grieve, and he had to lose people, and he had to experience anger. And because of that, we're able to have a relationship where we are understood and we are loved. Because of him coming down and him sacrificing himself in order for us to be known personally by the Lord and for us to personally know him, that there is no better representation in my mind that God is love. There's just none.